Well, hello, and here goes another flight. And I'm sorry to say you guys may as well stop watching this because this was a very boring flight. First of all, it wasn't at a very exciting place, but plenty of room. But nothing actually happened. There was no climbing rooms, there was no getting into the brambles, there was no going to the store to buy something. It was just a basically straight flight. So as you can see, I'm taking it up a little bit high, not too far up, and the wind was slightly lighter today. Still breezy, but not as bad, and the drone kind of behaved pretty good. This is another place that is on the south coast of the UK. It's quite away from the sea. This is where people go to play. I think that fenced off area is for when you're training your dogs or something. I don't really know. Here, Spugly. Come on, boy. Come on, Spugly. Come on. Oh, come on, boy. I can pan a lot better lower down than I am when I'm up in the wind. And it was quite breezy up there because I could hear the motors of the drone fighting against the wind. Now, I have put a slight filter on this one. Didn't actually need it, but I just wanted to see what it would look like with a very slight filter on it. I put a slight vibrance filter on it, only a little bit though. And there's not a lot to see on this one, I'm afraid, but it's a good test for the drone. As you can see, I'm pointing it towards the sun there, so you are getting that sort of blooming or whatever against the camera. And that's not really the camera's fault. You don't normally point cameras at the sun, actually, but I tell you what I did notice is that I could get a smoother pan if I went sideways instead of trying to rotate it. The rotation never seemed to be very smooth for some reason. The mechanism isn't as refined, I guess. You can see the sea down there right ahead of you, quite a way away. Now I'd love to take it down beside the sea, but this drone and water and uncontrollable wouldn't be a good thing, I don't think, at the moment. They're called allotments down there. They're little patches of land that people actually grow stuff in. They spend all day doing that. Yeah, I know. It's staying fairly steady considering the breeze up there, which is still quite a lot. So I did notice that on my SD card, because I sent the drone up and just kept recording on. I didn't stop the recording at all, I just left it. And it did record, but it recorded in 2 pieces. And you'd think they might record in, different sort of sections, lumps, as it were. But it didn't seem to appear to be the case. One of them was 5 minutes long, and the other one was a lot longer, and the size is completely different too. So why it stopped and kept recording again after that, I don't know. That's something you and the SD card will have to find out. But I didn't get any corrupt files this time at all. They were the same. So all was very good. The whole flight was trouble-free, in fact. And there may be a reason for that. I did try something different, and this may or may not be the case, but worth mentioning, so that other people with the E4 or the JJRC X12 have problems. I was using the Enjoyfly app 1.3.9, and I was using the CFly app 1.3.10, and the 10, the CFly app would always usually crash. Not when I was flying, but when I pushed to join in, it would just crash back to, say, a blank screen. And sometimes it would work, but I always didn't find it to be, stable. So I used the Enjoyfly app mostly. But I always did like the CFly app when it worked before. So what I did was I uninstalled the 1.3.10 CFly app and reinstalled the 1.3.9 CFly app. And it opened up perfectly and everything seemed to work. I also noticed that with the other app, when I pushed record on the control pad, it didn't always start recording. So I had to push it on the app. But with this CFly app 1.3.9, it worked from the control every time. I didn't have to touch the app. And once again I'm doing the bird's eye view and showing grass. God, does this guy not learn? Anyway, like I say, this is a fairly boring place, really, to look at. But it does test the drone to show it does fly properly sometimes. And I would really love to go down by the sea, but the sea and this wild drone may not mix, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. So anybody who's having trouble with their E4 or whatever now the names they call this drone, and there's been a few, you might want to try not upgrading the CFly app and staying to the 1.3.9. The 1.10 seems to have a little bit of different grids or something to put on, but I didn't really notice much else. I was just wondering, how much do you think this piece of land down below me costs, I wonder? I'm thinking of buying it. Also, I will say there was a couple of seagulls once again that didn't like the drone too much and kinda shadowed it for quite some time. Maybe they think it's another seagull, I don't know. I really do wish I could put lasers on the drone. That would be fun. I think I'm attempting to control the drone so that I think I know what I'm doing. I'm not sure. It's funny, you know, I can always fly backwards, straight. I can never seem to fly forward, very straight. Maybe something I'll get used to. I must point out here as well that I used just one battery, and the flight time was very, very good. See some blooming coming in on the right there from the sun, I would imagine. Yes. How many times can you see the same place, eh? But treat it as a test. Hey, I know somebody who lives there. Look, see that? I know them. Not a bad shot apart from that blooming on the right from the sun. But that's an inexperienced drone flyer. Or a photographer. Would have been nice to have seen some football being played down here, or soccer as they call it. And maybe also some cricket. Here I say, cricket. Let's have some crumpets and tea. What a pompous game that is. I think the reason why I spent so much time filming this relatively boring scene is because I was just amazed how the drone worked, and I was enjoying it. Now when I land the drone now, I bring it down as close as I can to where I'm supposed to land it, and then I use the automatic land button. I find it actually lands a lot softer than trying to manually land it. So I believe this is what I'm trying to do here, and I want to try and get close to where it took off and then use the automatic land button. Oh no, I'm trying to do a quick sail along. Now wouldn't that be great over the top of some water? Yeah, that would be dangerous. But hopefully he's coming in to land very soon, because, you know, you guys are almost asleep by now. After this flight, I had, I believe, 20% battery left. I think that's when I brought it down. Here we go with the landing. Perfect.